So last class we have discussed this static data member in Java class. So as you know, static data member is not the member of a particular object. It is the member for which is shared by all the objects, which will be shared by all the objects. That means it is not belongs to a particular object. It is the member of a class. Okay. So to access that static member, you can use the object name dot member static member, or you can use the class name dot static member. So there is no problem. Okay. And this static member is initialized and can be updated by any instance, any object, any reference of that class. Okay. So here we have seen one example where two objects A and B are two objects of class A, class capital A. Okay. And each object having a own data member, that is y is the data member, and uh, x sorry x underscore is the static member, which is not uh, reserved by any other object. So it is separate space. So you can say, see here a dot x underscore, it is separate memory space, and that memory, that static member can be accessible by object A and object B. So whatever the objects are there, through that object you can access it, as well as through the class name also you can access it. And here you have seen the example that A, capital A dot A, small a and small b, these are two objects created here. And when we are printing the b dot x underscore, so here it will print the this value 1. Okay, first it is printing 1 because 1 is initialized at the time of creation. Then through a object I am modifying here 5. Now when you print the b dot x again, it will print 5. Even if it is modified by x, sorry, a, then also you can access through b, as well as you can access through class name. Here it is, see here, capital A is used here, capital A dot x underscore, that is class name dot static member name equal to x. And remember here in this class, both are public, here it is mentioned. So normally the static members are public members because it is shared by all the objects. This member can be a public or can be private, whatever. But the static member is always public because it will be shared by all the instance of that class. And it is common, open to all the objects or all the references. Okay. So today we will continue this static thing. Now, today we will discuss the static member function. Like a static data member, if you make a member function a static, if you make a member function a static, then that member function is treated as static member function. So what is the thing? Here static member function can access only static members. You can note down, static member functions can access only static members. Okay. And static member function can be called without any instance. So this static member, like your member variable, static member function can be called without any instance. So we'll see this second example in first thing in the program. Okay. So just one program here, you can say one class, and we will implement in our student class, which we have seen in the last class. So first see here, there is a class teapot. There is a class teapot, and Nikhil Saurabh, switch off your camera.
Sorry, sir.
there is a class teapot. Inside the teapot class, there is a static data member. It is here norm of TP. This is a norm of TP. It is assigned 0, and see here this is referred as private. Okay, we will see why it is private. And private color my class. So color is an object. Okay, color is an object, predefined object. So my color. So this is another. Sorry, color is a class. So from here, my color object is created. Not object. This is your reference. Okay. Next is public teapot color C. So here teapot is what? This is your constructor. Teapot is your constructor because the class name and this method name is same, function name is same. So this function is called constructor, where it receives one parameter color C, and that C is assigned to my color. Okay, so that is receiving. So norm of TP plus plus, that is norm of TP is your static member. It is increased here. Okay, increased by 1. So when this constructor is executing, so the color is set of that T pot, and number of T pots point count is increasing. Next, another static member function is here. See here, static int how many teapots. This is a function and it is public. And how many teapots? Under this, return norm of teapots. You see here, norm of teapots is a static member. As you see, static member function can access only static members. And in this thing, how many teapots function, because of it is a static method, then only it can access the static uh, data members, static members. So this is your norm of TP. Norm of TP can be accessible inside the function, and only so here inside this function. See here in the another function is written without static. For example, it is written, but it will not work because public static color get color. So here get color function will not return my color. My color, why it will not return? Because my color is not a static data member or static member. So static member, non-static member cannot access by static function. So if you make it static, then you cannot access it. If you remove the static word, then you can access. Here, static is there, so norm of FTP can be accessible. If you remove this one, then this cannot be accessible. Sorry. So if you remove this one, here you can access. That means in the non-static member function, you can access static as well as non-static member. But in static member function, you cannot access non-static. The reverse is not true. See here, this is your method where non-static and static both can be accessible. But here, this is static method. Here, it cannot be accessible. Okay, this my color is not accessible. Here my color is not accessible. Okay, understood this one? So inside the main function, if I write teapot tp1 equal to new teapot color dot red, so teapot constructor is called here, and color dot red is passed, and it is assigned to my color equal to color dot red, and teapot number of TP is increasing. So teapot TP2 new teapot color green, it will also create the object. But if you write this one, then this will not work. So system dot teapot, how many teapots? So here it will show 2, because at this point after executing these two things, the number of TP is increased to 2. It changed to 2. So here how many teapots method is returning number of TP. Okay. So we will see this concept in our program. Just let us go to our program. So see this class, student class. Here, this student class having a this is a constructor, and this is another constructor. Okay, and here last class we have created one static data member. Okay, count data member. Now this count data member, another, this is your another constructor. Okay, so we will do one thing. We save this file in new name. Static member dot static member dot. So I have saved this file to static member.java, and I am removing the this constructor. Remove this constructor and removing the extra objects. And the here class name, here I am changing, that is static member. Class static member, then okay. So here inside the class I am writing here public static tell count return count. Okay, public static void this is not void, this is your int tell count. So here tell the count is our static variable, static member. Here I am returning the static variable, static value. The return type is int, so that's why count is integer. So I am returning integer. So now, so here. So in the default constructor, I have written this count value student created. Okay, then increase the value. Okay, we can do one thing here. First, we increase the value, and before this, at the initial we keep it 0, then see the program clearly. Here I have made count 0 and this is static, and this tel count function is a static public function in returning integer, and I am returning the count value. Okay, so student, when the constructor is executed, default constructor is executing, count function, count value is increased by 1, then that value student created message will come on the screen. So similarly, here also uh, same thing, I will execute if the parameterized constructor will be called. Same thing. So only the thing is, here nothing is assigned. Default value of role name. These two variables are public variable, private members. Role name. These are initialized by 0 and null in the here, because we have not assigned anything. So, but here we pass some values. It is assigning there. Now input function, display function, output function is there. So this is the thing. Okay. Now here I will see st1 dot sorry. We will create suppose st2 comma st3, three objects we are creating. st1 equal to new student. So when this object is creating, so automatically the uh, default constructor is executed. Here this, and count value increased by 1, and it print it. Okay. So if I write st1 dot count, okay, system dot out. No, we will not check here. st2 equal to new student within parenthesis. First is our, here the string and then roll number. So here string suppose Ramesh comma 2 or 1 or 2. Okay, let it be 2. Then st3 equal to new student, then Geo Gopal comma 3. Okay, so here this st1, st2, st3, three references just declared here. Next it is created, st1 object created, here st2 object created, and here parameterized constructor called parameterized constructor called, okay, and here also this parameterized constructor called. Then now this when I print st1 dot output, st1 dot output, it will print st1 data, st2 dot output, it print the st2 data. In output function we are printing the data. st3 dot output, it will print st3 output data. Now these three outputs will be printed. Here st1, because it is not initializing any value, automatically it initializes name with null and roll number with 0. So st1 name and roll number will be null and 0. Then st2 output, here Ramesh 2. Here st3 output, that is Gopal 3. Okay. Now let us call the just system dot out dot println. Here if I print the static variable, can I print the static variable? Okay. Here count is a public static member. I can access here. Okay. So here what will be the output? Next If I write uh, any other way through which I can access, can I write like this? So here I have written three statements in this program. In the main function, I have written three statements. So what will be the output? You, all of you, just note down to whom I will ask. He or she will answer. Okay. Let us execute this program, compile this program first. Whether it's now I have written here st1.count, student.count, st1.tellCount. Okay, three lines I have written here. Just let us see what is the issue and is there any compilation error or a static member. No error. Okay, there is no error in the program compilation error. There is no compilation error. Okay, there is no compilation error. Now output Java. I execute this. See the outputs. See, when three references created. Just see the screen. Here three references created. st1 here the object is created. The when object is created, the default constructor is executed. One student created. Then another two student created. Okay, here and in st1 it kept null and 0. In st2 it has kept Ramesh and 2, and count variable is your static member which is set by all the three objects. Now count is automatically increasing. See here count is 1, here count is 2, here count is 3. Okay, after that st1 dot output name null, roll number 0. st2 output name Ramesh, roll number 2, and st3 Gopal, name Gopal, roll number 3. Then when I am going to print st1 dot count, it prints count is 3. A student dot count, it count is 3. Then st1 tell count is 3. Okay, because this count variable is common for all the objects. As I told, the count variable can be accessible by the outsider. If it is public, then you can access directly. See here in this program, I have made this count static member as public. Okay, and it is static. Static is said by all, public means can be accessible by outsider. So here main function, this static member class is defined outside that class. So here directly I can access this public member, and this public member can be accessible by the object. And this here also public member, because of this is static, it can be accessible through the class name also. Remember, you can access the static member through the class name also, but it should be public. And here this tell count function is your public method. Tell count is your public method. Where is tell count? Tell count is your public method where it is returning count. Returning integer is returning, and this tell count is returning integer value. And this is public. So tell count function can be accessible here. Now the data due to due to that region, it is printing 333. Okay. So now I will modify this program for your reference. I will modify this. Just I remove this public. I make it private. I make it private. I converted this count variable static member as private. Okay. And the rest program is as it is. Let me compile this. Okay. What happened? I have not saved it. It says count has private access in student. So here, this thing, here you see static member 54 line, count as private member. So system.out.println, you cannot access private member here. So here you cannot access private member. So two errors are there. So that means here this line and this line you cannot execute because count is private member. But here tell count is public member you can access, and this public member is accessible by the can access the private member. So this is okay, but these two lines will not work if the static member is private. Now see here, I just compile again. Sorry, I have not saved it. Remember, before compilation, you must have to save the program. Okay, saved. So now see here, the output is null, row, this thing, and count is 3. Okay, because of this tail count function is called, we can receive the value and print it. Okay, so tail count function is returning integer. So this. So now here, instead of st1, can I write st2? Okay, I just write 3 times st1, st2, st3. So 3 times I have written, and also I will write here student. So 4 lines I have written here. Let us execute, compile and execute. No error. 3333. That means that here this tail count is a static member. Static member can accessible by directly through the object or through the class name also, because that is said by all the references. Okay, this is called static member. And remember, static member is can be public, can be private, but it is shared by all the objects. Okay. Next is our static block. Okay, static block means the block of statements which will be written inside the static block, that will be treated as static block. So static block, just see here, code that is executed in the first reference to the class. Okay, the statements which will be written inside the static block, that will execute by the first reference. When the first reference is created, at the time that is executed, or the second time it will not execute. Okay. Next, several static blocks can exist in the same class. Multiple static blocks can be inside the same class. So, but execution order as per the appearance. Only static members can be accessed. This static block can access only the static member. See the example here. There is a class random generator. There is a class random generator. Inside the class, there is a private static int seed underscore. This is a static integer, and again it is private. Now this is your static block. Static block means here static word is written within Colibras, the some statements are written here. So that's why it is called static block. So this static block will be executed when the first instance of the first reference of this class will be created. Okay. Now int t equal to system get time, it will return the time percent 100. So it will divide by 100 and that will be set to t. Then seed underscore, it will again system dot get time. So it will set return the value and assign to seed. So seed is your static member. So it is assigning here. Then while t minus minus greater than equal to 0, then seed underscore equal to get next number. So it just read and find a number, then that will be assigned to seed and put it. Okay. So this is your static group, and here the loop will continue till t value is greater than 0. So this is a class under which there is a static block under which here it says code that is executed in the first reference to the class. Only this code will execute when the first reference will be created of random generator. But after that, it will not execute this code. And next is several static blocks can exist. Now here one static block is there. Only static members can be accessed. Only static member. Here only one member is there, that is static. So it is accessed here. And this T is locally created. Okay. This T is locally created. So only the local things can be accessible. But if you create another member here, then that cannot accessible inside the static block. Okay, so now here we will wind up the static keyword. Want to have only one piece of storage for the data, regardless how many objects are created. Even no objects are created, it will store one memory. Need a method that is not associated with any particular object. Okay, static keyword apply both fields and methods. We have seen static keyword we can apply for data member as well as member function, that is method. Can be called directly by class name. We have seen directly we can access the static member function through the class name. So next, non-static fields methods must be called through an instance. So, but the non-static members you can access only through the instance. You cannot call through the class name. And here you see the example, another example, that is class hello int norm. This is your member. Inside the main function, I cannot access this one. I cannot access this one, even if it is a main function is static. Okay, as you see, main outside the main function, here norm is created. Inside the static member function, static function, you cannot access the non-static members. So here error will come. Okay, so this is your error. You will see through the video and you note down this program at that time. So main does not belongs to in a class. So because it is static, so it is accessing through the operating system. Okay, it is not belongs to a particular class. Through the OS it is accessing. Always static, main is always static because we are not, operating system is not accessed through the instance. Okay, poor design decision. If you need to access non-static variable of class hello, then see here. Class hello int norm, public static void main, hello h. So we are creating one reference of same class inside the main. Now you can access h.norm equal to 10. But without creating the instance, you cannot call. Here you cannot call. If you create the instance of hello class, then you can call. Okay. So today we will stop here and we will meet again in the lab